guys, welcome back to the channel. For this project, we're going to be making something a little bit more illuminating. And yes, the pun is intended there. Is an old refrigerant filter from an AC coil, piece of copper L tubing, 1/2 inch, and various assorted rods, and one mason jar. We're going to use all of this stuff to make a hanging oil lantern, and I'll show you how to do it. Now that we've got it all cut up, time to bend it out like a banana and clean it up. So now, as you can see, we have it all opened up. We still have these little burrs to deal with. Those will cut you up real good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take something, we're going to file all those off, and now this is what it looks like, all splayed out. And the arrows indicate the hammering direction, so we're going to hammer some one way, hammer some the other way, and hopefully we'll get a crisscross out of it. And then this is going to be our cup for the bottom. That'll hold our wick and all the tines. Shove the wick through there, add the flame there. So this is some of the tines being crossed over, as you can see. What we're going to do is we're going to bend them over after we get them around, hopefully try to get a circular shape out of it. But they all sweep, so we got to work that as we go carefully. Now that we have the tines all bent upwards and the base is bent back, we can add the cup. So now that we got the cup attached, we use this rivet gun to attach these rivets through a series of holes we made. They're just snap-on rivets, so they break right off once they get a nice hold on what it is they're holding together. So now we're going to take this 1/2 inch pipe, this 3/16 rod, and then we're going to use our little drill here. We're going to punch a hole in the pipe so we can stick our rod through it, and we use the torch and the hammer to heat it up, bend it in, and we'll start twisting that around the pipe. Kind of give us like a coil shape, and we'll get our chain started. And once that's all started, we can cut it and then clip each ring together. Our hole through our pipe, then our bent piece of rod to serve as a base, rod through the pipe and then coiled around to make the body of the chain. Now here we have our cut lengths of rod, which we're then going to pinch them together and then flatten them. That way they make a ring, kind of like this. And then we took our welder over here, we spot welded each ring together, make a nice basic little chain here. So here, now we got the top of the lantern, we're going to drill a hole through each side so we can take this little remaining piece of rod, we're going to stick it through, we're going to make a triangle shape, and we'll hook the chain to that. So here we got our 5/16 rod, we're going to make this. We're going to curl the top, then we're going to make this nice sweep, and we're going to make 4 of these. And the point is that we got a bunch of legs, so that way we can hold it up. This is what we were making. The 4 legs weld together the ring. Then we stick our mason jar up under, and it's going to have 4 tines off each leg that are welded to the top of the mason jar. We can drop our lantern in. So here's the mason jar lid. We're going to punch a hole in the center. The theory is that it's going to sit something like this with the top of the lantern through it. And, damn it, slippery thing. So you get for having greasy hands. So we're going to punch a hole in the center, and we're going to drop the lantern into it. Kind of like this is how we want it to fit. So we got our legs welded on. We got our hole punched in the center. At each point, we had to curl the tine some more. So we're going to thread the jar up underneath. But first, we're going to attach the top by sticking the lantern base in and cutting it. Then we're going to be heating that with a torch. Once it's hot, we're going to be using a hammer here to bend out each of those to get it to pressure hold in there. Then we stick our wick through. So here's the mason jar attached now to the base we've built. And remove it so you can refill it. Or clean it, and then you just thread it back on underneath, like so. So I was about to leave the lantern in this shape, but I decided that a rounder appearance would look better. So what I did was I took a piece of rebar and a pipe hanger, welded it together, and made a little jig to help round out the copper body of the lantern's head, which ended up looking something like this. And now it's done. And on to the test. It was a little windy, so the flame wasn't as regal as I thought it was going to be, but it functions. So now I have a lantern.